Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. There is some activity ongoing across the region. Let's hop right to it. Today's forecast made possible by the United Way of Northeast Louisiana and their 211 initiative between charging phones and prepping your kit. Save 211 is your disaster helpline. It's a free call 24/7. Again, satellite shows the healthy sea breeze making its way northward. If you joined me at midday, I said I'm going to keep the rain chances at 20%. I was jaded yesterday, and I was like, I don't know about today. Well, I should have bumped them up to 30% instead of keeping them at 20%. But there are some areas that are going, what rain are you talking about? Again, the satellite shows as we lose daylight on this Tuesday, some storms that have made their way northward, starting off on the sea breeze, and then now that sea breeze kind of being outflow enhanced, if you will, and continuing to surge northward toward the state line this afternoon. And then there's another zone of widespread strong to severe thunderstorms unfolding across the Ozarks and stretching back into eastern Oklahoma. Tornado watches are in effect across northwestern Arkansas and northeastern sections of Oklahoma through later on tonight. Severe thunderstorm watch stretches just to our west across western Arkansas and through portions of the Red River Valley. And as you take a look at the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing, it's getting messy, and we'll go into central Arkansas and northern Arkansas first. I know this is well outside of our area, but this is the general development that will carry storm potential into our region tonight and tomorrow. First question for a lot of folks will be, can we expect something like this? In short, generally, no. These folks have a better setup, more favorable ingredients for severe thunderstorms today, and it's unfolding generally as expected. If you joined us at midday, we were talking about the enhanced risk of severe weather over this area, or at least parts of this area, stretching into the slight risk as well. These severe thunderstorms continue to travel along I-40. These are also a lot of rain-soaked areas that have seen the heaviest rain over the last few days. So the Ozarks and the I-40 corridor, Fayetteville, Rogers, Springdale, stretching into southwestern Missouri. If you're traveling in those areas, be aware of what you're going to be dealing with. Along with the severe threat, there will be heavy rain and flash flood potential. As you move into our area, I know a lot of folks in the West Monroe region are probably going, what in the heck was that blew through? Totally get it. It was a band of thunderstorms, again, riding along the sea breeze to start, and then started riding along the outflow from the earlier thunderstorms. And so some gusty winds at times. The Louisiana Mesonet, powered by the University of Louisiana Monroe, in the last hour, or max wind speeds today, I should say, for a lot of the areas that have dealt with these thunderstorms have generally topped at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. So, again, nothing severe, but certainly attention-getting. Quick 7/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Monroe, 8/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Eris, 12/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Colfax, and 15/100ths of an inch of rainfall in Jonesville. But then Acme, just a little over an inch of rainfall. So, again, those rain totals vary on location. As you move eastward, strongest storm will be moving and marching along I-20 from Delhi or Waverly eastward to the Richmond and Tallulah areas, probably in the next half hour or so. So if you work in Monroe, live in Tallulah or what have you, or Rayville to Tallulah, or anybody traveling along I-20 in that area. Again, nothing severe, but some heavy downpours to be had there as well. And then there's another batch of scattered storms making their way through the southern parishes, also kind of riding along some earlier outflow boundaries. These are not quite as menacing on radar, but still bringing some rain, and it doesn't take much to produce some pretty efficient downpours in our environment. Look at the rain totals. Again, a lot of these are unofficial or radar estimated, but where we have seen the heavier downpours, it's dropped some quick rainfall totals in a short period of time, and that's also led, obviously, to some rain-cooled air across the region. 70s and 80s in some spots, while the spots that have swung and missed on the rain, especially across southern Arkansas, firmly in the low to mid-90s. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Still generally kind of advertising the same scenario that we've been talking about for the last couple of forecasts, and that's the decaying clusters of storms making their way into our region late tonight, early tomorrow morning. In fact, Futurecast is even slower moving it into our region. I wouldn't necessarily pay too much of an attention to that because I do expect a lot of the storms to start working into the region by the pre-dawn hours, at least in southern Arkansas tomorrow morning. Additional storms as the front continues to advance through the region. There will be a corridor where there's some opportunity for the warm air of the daytime to kind of pool up and create some instability. So some additional thunderstorms as kind of advertised there across the southern and eastern counties and parishes in the coverage area as we go through the daytime hours on Wednesday, even into Wednesday afternoon. As the front advances through the region, the general storms will end, but I wouldn't be surprised for wraparound cloud cover to play a role in kind of keeping things cloudy and cooler for Thursday, along with some patchy drizzle or light rain or even the occasional shower that could linger through much of Thursday as well for most of the area, but especially along the Mississippi Valley. Once we get beyond that, the drier air really punches in for Friday and Saturday and through the weekend, and while temperatures will stay relatively warm, they will be it will be a much more comfortable air mass in that regard. Severe weather threat for the late night, early morning hours tomorrow. That's the outlook you're seeing currently. Has not changed dramatically, and I won't really expect it to change much. Again, this is not a significant, widespread severe weather event. It's just kind of almost a teaser as we go into fall of kind of signs of things to come as we start to see the changing air masses of the seasons. Damaging winds would be our primary concern during the early morning hours, and then as you work through the rest of the day tomorrow, again, a lot of green. The marginal risk level 1 severe weather threat. Again, your severe weather hazards and alerts are made possible by Allegiance Health Network. Look at rainfall totals. Again, these are going to vary wildly. I just read, good afternoon, Claudia. I just read off a lot of rain totals, and those numbers were all kind of all over the place. You know, a few hundredths of an inch, a few tenths of an inch, and then over an inch. That's going to be kind of the sign of things to come as we go through the next few days. The showers and storms will move through. There will be some storm-induced heavy downpours. Others will just get some residual showers, and it'll lead to some fairly light rain. And as I mentioned in my article, text update, whatever from earlier today, I wouldn't be surprised if some area misses out on the rain completely. I wanted to put that on the record so that when somebody goes, hey man, you said it was going to rain and it didn't rain, I can come back and go to this part of the video and go, see, I said it. Look at the excessive rain outlook and this flash flood risk. Also, again, generally falls in line with our severe weather outlooks. The severe weather outlook for tonight, slight risk kind of clips the area, marginal risk for the rest of the region. In the northwestern half, kind of the same story for the flash flood risk for today and tomorrow as well. So, a lot of green. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Last thing we'll check is the tropics. Gabrielle is quickly racing off to the east. 2 areas of development. The one to the left headed toward Puerto Rico. That one has a medium chance of development. The one to the right of it, to the east of it, has a high chance of development over the next 7 days. So, again, nothing that's immediately urgent to us, but something that we'll watch nonetheless. Storms will move in tonight, mainly tomorrow morning. I know that tonight's kind of misleading, but again, there will be storms through the overnight hours. A strong storm can't be ruled out, especially across southern Arkansas during the pre-dawn hours, and then the isolated storm, the isolated severe weather threat expands through the rest of the region through your Wednesday. Daytime highs only reaching the mid-80s. Cloudy and cooler. Obviously, the rain will play a role in keeping temperatures kind of limited as we go through the afternoon. Look at the 7-day forecast. Again, there are some changes. Temperatures fall back into the mid-80s for a few days Thursday, Friday, morning lows, mid to upper 60s. This is also with lower humidity values through the upcoming weekend. I know a lot of homecoming festivities. I know ULM's celebrating homecoming this weekend. Should be a very, very pleasant weekend across the area. Rain-free, low humidity. Yes, a little on the warm side, but we can't have it all, folks. A reminder that the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, is a digital weather platform serving 33 parishes and counties across northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi. It is made possible 100% free to you by the local businesses that you see there on your screen. You play your role simply by hopping in, absorbing this information, relaying this information, commenting, sharing this information with your social media friends, and then maybe they find us and they can like and share all that stuff and they send it out to their friends. And eventually, we start getting this information out to a lot of people. And that's what we've been doing so far, and have been so successful in the early beginnings of this new weather platform. We'll keep an eye on storms tonight. Obviously, if there's anything going on in terms of widespread stuff that you need to know about, I'll let you know about it. I would also expect, normally this would be the last update that I'd provide to you for the evening. I would expect more updates, or at least an additional update or two as the night progresses, just because there is something for us to keep an eye on and watch. Janet, May, thanks so much, and thank you for all joining me on the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. More updates as we go through the rest of the night, and obviously we'll keep an eye on